In this episode of Block's Garage, this is just going to be a shop tour and project update. I'm going to go over all the projects that we're working on here in Block's Garage. So behind me, we have the original 670 buggy, and it's a Yerf Spider box. Not sure what year, but we're going to be putting a 670 with independent rear suspension, Miata axles, and a Polaris Explorer transmission. So it's going to be two-wheel drive, but it's going to be fully independent suspension. We're going to have 26-inch tires on it, long travel in the front, long travel in the rear. So this thing is going to be wicked. Been working on this for a while. This is a lot of work. It is my first fabrication project, so it is taking me quite a while to get this done, but we're slowly chipping away at it. Here's some more footage. We did an episode where we built the subframe out of wood, and we finished this one side out of metal. I need to duplicate it and do it on the other side. So once we do that, that side is for the driver's side here. We do the passenger side. These are Polaris Ranger control arms, and I don't think they're going to fit quite as well as I'd like. So I might have to make the control arms custom or modify these. So we're going to get to that point. They're a little bit too long, unless I can find a way to space out the Miata axles a little bit. So we're going to work on that. But this is coming along. It's taken a while, but this is going to be a really cool build when it's done. We have the 670 Predator here, and we have a turbo. It was hanging on the wall, it fell off. We have a turbo over there. It's over the backpack. We have gauges we're going to put in here, boost gauge, RPM gauge. This thing is going to be awesome when it is completed. So I can't wait for this to get done. Been talking to the team over at Dirt Legal to see if we can get this thing street legalized. I just have to find a VIN on this. I have not been able to find any kind of serial number on the Yerf yet. If anyone knows where those are, please let me know. I have seen that there's some on the engines, but the sticker has worn off. So we're going to take a look here, see if we can find a serial number, because it would be awesome to have this thing street legal. So this is the stock motor that came with the Yerf Spider box. As you can see, there was two stickers here, and both of them you can't read. So that's the only place that I've read that there is a serial number on these buggies. So I've been yet unable to find any kind of identification at all on these. It's kind of unfortunate they just put it on a sticker and not stamped it on the metal anywhere. Alright, the next project we did was the $20 Dingo. I ended up finding out this is a Yerf as well. I'm not sure what model. It's a very early model Yerf, but just for the sake that we posted probably over 100 shorts of this, that we're just going to say it's a Dingo. We're going to stick to that. We put the tires from the Yerf Spider box on here. As you can see, the rear ones don't really hold air. You got to pump them up before each ride. Other than that, this thing got a 420 Predator knockoff. It's a max speeding rods motor. We did a governor delete. We did a larger carburetor, a Mikuni style round slide carb. We did an exhaust. We had to move the exhaust so it wouldn't hit the frame. The axle and the brake caliper are from the Yerf Spider box as well. Just some leftover parts that we had. We made it all work. Hydraulic disc brakes. This thing locks up the rear tires on the gravel at any speed. Slows you down really well. So we do have a few things that we need to do to this. It runs just fine. It's a little rich. The frame here broke, and the mount that I welded the brake caliper to snapped off. So when you saw that video of me and Joey ripping around with this thing and the wagon you see over there, the brakes, I think he stood on the brakes a little too hard, or the axle was wobbling pretty good. That's the fastest we've gone with the cart. So the cart could have knocked into the rear brake caliper and broke the welds. Either way, we gotta weld it. This thing runs great though, it just keeps throwing the chain. So we gotta weld the frame on the top. We have to re-weld the brake caliper and add a chain tensioner. But other than that, this thing runs and drives. So this thing is a fun little project. no suspension, so everything you're doing feels twice as fast. I hit 48 miles an hour top speed on this thing, and it feels like you're going 100 miles an hour. It feels fast in this little cart. Here's an overview of it. We got 15-inch tires in the front, 20-inch tires in the rear. We have a seat out of a Polaris Razor on here. We have a tachometer. I just came out and saw the rubber strap for it broke. So that thing's pretty cool. Cheap little $20 Amazon tachometer. As you can see, this is the upgraded carburetor we have on here. We have an upgraded exhaust. I actually think that's super cool how it's changing colors there. We have a 40 series torque converter and a 40 series chain going down to the Yerf Dog spider box axle. So it's a pretty sweet little cart. It's definitely quick. It's fun to drift around the yard. Just got to figure out that chain tension issue. This is our newest project. This is a 2003 Honda Aquatrax Turbo. Picked this thing up for very cheap. These things go for $1,800 to $3,000 is about as cheap as I can find them on Facebook. This thing works. You can hear it chirp. You can hear the fuel pump kick on. The motor is just seized from sitting, as well as the pump. I have already taken the pump off. You can see it on the ground over there. We got to try to break the motor loose. The previous owner said it ran 3 years ago. His friend passed away that owned it, and he sold it to me for cheap. He said that there's probably just a little bit of rust sitting on top of the piston rings. Just from sitting over time, just wiggle it back and forth to free that up. So I haven't had a chance to do that. Really want to get working on this. We were going to be cutting this up and putting it in like a 16-foot John boat, fast tracker style boat. Been messing with some renderings, possibly enclosing the cabin and having air conditioning. That's a whole maybe, but it's gonna be a super cool aluminum boat. I want to learn how to weld aluminum, and that'll be a good opportunity for that. So we have a lot of work to do on this ski to get the motor, the turbo, and the pump unseized. But for the price that we got it, I could part this thing out for more. So super good deal on that. You can see underneath is the cart that I built for it. Obviously I don't have a jet ski trailer. I just have a utility trailer. So I built a little cart that the ski sits on just for easy transport around the yard. So I had those tires laying around from the front gate that I built. Ended up putting it on a metal track, so we just had some leftover rubber tires. So that came together. I built that whole jet ski dolly for free, and it works perfectly. So that's awesome. Still looking for a John boat. I've had a couple things fall through. I was gonna pick up a trailer today that was a dual axle for a 16-foot boat. You hardly ever see those, but it ended up getting sold before I was able to make it down there. Messaged a few people about John boats, trying to see if I can get one for less than $700. I'd like to keep this build, at least the jet ski and the John boat, under $1,000. So we're keeping an eye out for that. So this is my 6x12 utility trailer. Not necessarily a build, but it did get about 12,000 views on the short of me restoring the thing. So I bought this for, I can't even remember, I think it was like $300. Stripped all the wood off of it, burned all the wood, bought new tires, new fenders, new trailer jack, the tongue box, new lights, everything. Got a spare tire mounted over there. We have a basically brand new trailer, painted the whole thing, sanded it back, stained the deck. Obviously it's gotten tore up from usage, but this thing does not let us down. We use this thing all the time. So this is a $50 mower we picked up a while back. I've been using it around the yard. Cuts the grass just fine. It's a stock mower. I put a hitch on the back of it. I can move the trailer around. It does little wheelies whenever I hook the trailer to it. But this thing starts up really good. So really useful. It looks low because this thing doesn't have any air in it. Nothing that we have on this property likes to hold air in the tires, but this thing's nice to have around the yard just to move the trailer around, obviously cut the grass. I got a sled that I drag to smooth the sand out on the property. Over here we have a, don't know what year, it's a club car DS. The electric motor went out in it. I think one of the batteries is bad. We're gonna be swapping a Predator 420 into this for a buddy of mine. It's gonna have forward and reverse, just like a stock golf cart. It's not gonna turn off like a stock golf cart. You're almost gonna start it like a car. Turn the key, start the motor, and just shut it off when you're done. But this thing's gonna be quick. I think he wants to hit 30 miles an hour with it. This is a really nice cart. That's why it's under the cover here. This thing's got a, I think a 4-inch lift on it. You can see the spindles are huge down there. I'll show you. He's got some nice headlights on there. The whole thing's painted matte black. He's got a carbon fiber dash panel on it. Upgraded tires, spacers. So this thing is going to be a badass golf cart when we're done with it. So this is new to the channel. I haven't showed this yet. This is a buddy of mine. He's trying to build a mud mower. He wants the pulley swapped on the front, obviously for more speed. He put these nice V-tread tractor tires on the rear. So we're gonna have to do some work to this thing. They said it ran good. Carburetor looks real junky up in there. So might have to clean the carb, put a new carb on it. Said it ran when it was parked. So haven't messed with this thing at all. Literally just pushed it off the trailer. This tire's off the bead. It also doesn't have a valve stem. So we're gonna have to get a valve stem for that. Possibly a new carburetor, maybe a new battery, and swap the pulley, get a belt, and this thing should be pretty fun. I've never messed with a pulley swap mower before. I heard that they are a really good time and they are pretty quick. So this thing's 20 horsepower. For reference, that's more than the Dingo's making. So this thing should be really fun, especially with those aggressive tractor style V-treads in the rear. All right, so we're blowing up the Dingo tire. Take this thing for a spin around the yard. I haven't driven it in a few weeks. So I've worked 120 hours this week and only had like 2 days off. So that's the reason that this is kind of a slower video, more of an update video. I haven't had time to actually do any work or progress to the build. So definitely behind the scenes, have been scouting marketplace for the Jon boat, boat trailer, any other possible projects, but really need to lock in, finish up what I got going on here. I got quite a few projects going on. So guys, stay tuned. Please like, subscribe. That's super helpful. Also, we have merch. If you guys are interested, you can click that down in the description. Also, you guys have been clicking the Amazon links. My Amazon affiliate just got approved. Thank you guys for that. We've had over $150 of purchases from the links in the description. Also, that helps as well. So thank you guys. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Get the Dingo fired up.